Okay, so I do believe this is just your second session so far.
Yeah, it's the second.
Okay, this is the second one. Okay, I see, I see. Yeah, since you just since this is our first lesson, would it be okay to have a very quick introduction to each other?
Okay.
All right, please.
I'm an ICU nurse right now, and I'm having a preparation of my IELTS test to going to have my master
Master's
degree
degree? Mm-hmm.
next year, and
Mm-hmm.
my 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 goal is to achieve band 7. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's a bit hard for me, and
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm, yeah.
I think I read that you're going to Australia for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct, Australia?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Are you going to take the test twice or only
Yeah, maybe
once?
twice, and the first time will be at May.
May. Okay. All right. I see. I see. Okay. So yeah, in that case, we will just discuss the arrangement of your classes once the test is near. Because actually, we have to have a, let's say, a customized class when
Mm-hmm.
your test is approaching already.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we won't discuss that today because it's still far though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Anyway, thank you for the very quick introduction. I'll just introduce myself quickly as well. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll be your teacher. I'm teacher Chris Lee. So I've been teaching English for 5 years already. Both in the ESL industry and also I was a school teacher before. Okay, so do you have any questions about me or about anything before we begin, Sammy?
So you always teach to speak or any direction about English or
Um,
grammar and writing and something like that.
you mean here when I worked here?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. What do you mean, like specifically for IELTS?
Yeah, your expertise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do handle a lot, but most of my students would take speaking and writing. For me, I rarely have listening and reading, because they have other teachers for that. So
Mhm.
most of my classes are either speaking or writing, but I'm not closing my doors on other skills as well. I think I
Mhm.
can still do good with
Okay,
it.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No more.
Okay. All right. So shall we begin our session?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're just gonna continue your lesson from I do believe teacher Rachel was your first teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Do you have a copy of this book, Sammy?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. So, um, we're gonna continue. So we're gonna begin with relationships vocabulary. So
Mm-hmm.
we have some phrases here, phrasal verbs to be exact, and you have to match the phrases with the correct definitions from A to letter H. Okay. Did you answer this one earlier or not yet?
I just read it earlier, and I
Mm-hmm.
got some I don't know the question is correct or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're able to what like answer some? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I just answered like 4 questions of this, but
Oh,
other than that, I don't
okay.
know the
All
rest.
right. Okay, I see. So, would it be okay if you continue that one and then we will check your work then? Or you
Oh,
want to try checking your answers?
okay.
Which one? Which one do you like? Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay. We
I
will just.
don't. Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying. So.
I mean, like, is because you already answered four, right?
Mhm.
So, I was asking if do you want to continue answering the other four, or do you want us to check first the first four
Oh,
you
maybe
answered?
just check the first
The
4.
first four. Okay, I see. I see. All right. So, shall we start? Which one did you first have?
Uh, is question to look up to somebody, and I met
Okay.
to G respect
G.
somebody.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is correct. So, That will be respecting or showing respect to
Mm-hmm.
somebody. Okay, that's correct. How about the next one, please?
Uh, three, be in touch with somebody, and I match to D, be in communication with somebody.
Okay, that is correct as well. Okay, please continue.
And five, grow apart from somebody, and I
Mhm.
match to gradually have a less close relationship with somebody. C.
That will the sorry, that would be
C.
C,
Yeah.
right? Okay. All right. And last one, please.
Seven,
Mm-hmm.
grow up together with somebody, and I match to F.
F. Okay.
F
Mm-hmm.
made childhood and then
All
others.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is correct as well. Okay. So we'll have the other four left. Let's
Mm-hmm.
start with get on with somebody. Okay. What do you think? Let's say if you don't know, let's just have your best guess, Sammy. What is your best guess for number one?
Get on. I'm confusing get on and be close to.
Okay.
I think that is really similar.
They are pretty similar. They are connected, actually. Okay,
Mm.
let's have your answer for get on first.
B,
B.
have
Okay, have a good relationship. It is correct. So B means when you say get on, meaning you are good with the person. Like you
mm-hmm.
don't fight, you don't have anything negative together. You just have a very good relationship with
Mm-hmm.
someone. Okay. All right. So that means I mean number 8 will have a different answer. Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
there would be okay, let's see.
Yeah, you
Uh,
can move to number 4 or 5 first if it's quite difficult for you.
maybe A match to E. Know somebody well and see or talk to them often.
Okay. All right. So your answer would be letter E. Okay. That is
Yeah.
correct as well. So be
Oh.
close to, meaning you have a very close relationship to the point that you know the person well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So number 1 is you just have a good relationship, maybe to begin being very close. However, for number 8, it's you are already close to the person itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we have 2 left. Fall out and take after.
Go out. I maybe guess A.
A
Argue.
for number 4.
Yeah, for number four.
Okay. Fall out with somebody. Yeah, that is correct
Oh,
as
really?
well. Yeah, it is correct. Okay. So it means like you stopped communicating with people, maybe you fought with them. Okay. And so number 6 will be letter H, the only choice left. So H means take care of somebody you resemble something with your family. Like let's say
Mm-hmm.
you have the same facial feature or characteristic with somebody from your family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to clarify here, please?
I actually, I don't know.
Sure. You can tell it.
Uh,
It's fine.
the close to and get on, is that any difference between these two
Oh,
questions?
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I already like number 1 and number 8, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
still don't know the
okay. So number 1 would be you have a good relationship, but not close enough.
relationship, not close.
Okay, let's say I have casual friends. I have a good relationship with them, but I'm not very close to them.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So there is a level of, let's say, friendship
Mm-hmm.
in here. So get on with somebody. I know that person. We are okay with each other, but that doesn't mean we are very close.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Not close.
'Cause- yeah. So be close to somebody means you know the person pretty well. Pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the difference. Maybe the level of closeness you have.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
And anything else, please?
No, no more.
Okay, all clear. Okay. All right. So we will move to activity 5, which is related to activity 4, Sammy. So if you notice, can you please read the instruction for activity 5?
Using phrases from exercise 4, make 8 sentences describing relationship you have.
Okay. So you have to use these phrases to make sentences about you and your relationships with people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So one for each. Would you like to give it a try?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's give it a try. Let's have get on with somebody.
Get on. I have some get on friends, but
Get on, friends?
is that right? I don't
Not
know.
really. Not
Never
really, because get on is a verb.
is a
So
verb.
we
Uh,
cannot put a noun after that.
okay. Uh,
But you can use that. I get on with my friends so much. So, meaning to say, you have a very good relationship with your friends. Okay, so I get on with my friends. So, somebody can be a singular person or a plural or a group of friends.
get on.
Okay, okay. Would that be okay with you?
Okay.
Okay, all right. We'll go to look up to then.
Look up to.
Mm-hmm.
I really look up to the person who works very hard in their job.
Okay, so no specific person, just an example.
It's
Oh,
specific.
mm,
My mom, she
mm-hmm.
works. She worked for like 26 years
Years. Wow.
in her job.
In her job. Okay, didn't
Yeah,
choose another job. Oh, okay. So you look up to somebody who works very hard.
yeah.
Okay.
And
All
they
right.
have their appetite, appetites.
I see. I see. That's pretty good. Next one. Be in touch with somebody, please.
Mm, I've been in touch with my friends a lot in social application.
Mm. So meaning to say you
Use social application a lot.
to keep it to keep in touch with
Yeah.
them. Okay. So you can just say you, I, yeah, let's just twist a little bit your sentence. So I use social media to keep in touch
Oh.
with,
Oh.
yeah, to keep in touch with my friends. Would that be okay with you? Is it similar with what you want to say?
I use social media to keep in touch.
hmm Okay. What social media application do you normally
Uh,
use?
Instagram, Facebook.
Mm,
Uh,
Facebook. Oh, is Facebook famous in your country?
yeah, famous, but
Oh.
elderly use it a lot, and a younger
Uh-huh.
person use Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Same here in the country as well. Okay. All right. Next one. We have
Go out.
okay, fallout with somebody.
I don't often fall out with my friends because
Mm.
um I consider myself as a pretty kind person.
Oh, okay. Pretty kind
Pretty kind.
person.
Yeah.
Kind? Okay, but you don't
Pretty
argue.
kind. Is happy or positive? Yeah, positive.
Oh, but positive people can argue with their friend.
Maybe okay. Not
Case to case
judgmental.
basis.
Not that judgmental
Oh,
person.
that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally fine with me. Okay, I understand your point there. That's totally okay. All right, let's have the next one. Grow apart from somebody.
Grow apart. There always have some friends you will grow apart
From
in your life,
okay, from your life. Okay, from your life.
from your
Yes.
life.
From
Oh,
your life.
okay.
Okay, all right. Yeah. There are friends who will stay. There are friends that will be passing,
Yeah.
passing friends, right? Okay. I pretty understand. That one next one, take after somebody.
Week after. Um, I I resemble somebody in your family.
Yeah, meaning maybe you have the same characteristics, attitude with someone from the family or physical. You have something physical, physically similar. Eyes, height, posture,
Mm-hmm.
anything?
Um, well, it's hard. It's hard to think it.
We have an example below. I take after my dad. We're both quite careless.
Oh, yes.
How would you say? How about you?
Maybe I make a sentence.
Oh, mm-hmm.
I take after my what? Uh, my sister. We are
Mm,
we are both. How to say that? We are both quite smiley. Right?
smiling,
Yeah,
smiling, like always smiling. All right.
smiley.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, pretty good, pretty good. Okay. However, we don't normally take after our sister. It's correct. It's correct. But normally when we make conversations, we always take after some from somebody who is older than
Older.
us. Uh,
Oh.
not let's say if your sister is older, still not really common. Like parents, uncles, aunts, grandfather,
Oh,
grandmother. That
that
one.
older. Oh,
That
the
one. Yeah, that older. Is that what I mean? Yeah, not older sister somehow. But it is still correct. Yeah, it is still correct. But
Mhm.
can you make another one? Probably from dad, from mom, grandparents, perhaps.
uh I take after my mom. We are both we are
Both.
we are both what? I don't
But what?
we're both Taiwanese. That yes.
Not
Oh.
really. Probably like how about face or body, like
Oh.
something.
We are both have big eyes.
Oh, okay. We both. If that's the case, we both. Okay, we both have. Sorry, have big eyes. Big
Mm-hmm.
eyes like round eye,
Round eyes and how to say that?
thick
Double
lashes,
thick
like
lashes.
the hair here. Is that what you
No, the
eye
double
a
eye.
double eyelid?
Yes,
Wow.
sir, double eyelid.
Ooh, okay. Pretty unique for an Asian to have that one, right? Okay, we both have round eyes and double eyelids.
Double
Oh,
eyelids. Yeah.
pretty cool. I see, I see. All right. I think your mom is beautiful based on your description
No, thank
as
you.
well. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. Tammy, let's go to grow
Mm,
up together.
Grow up together. I don't really have any grow up together friends.
How about your sister? Sister,
Oh,
cousins.
okay. I grew up together with my sister.
Yeah, of course, your
Okay.
sister. Right. Oh, how if I may ask, how many siblings do you have?
I just have one. I have one.
One. Is it
Or
an older or a younger? Oh, okay. I see. That's good. That's nice. Next one, close to somebody.
Close to somebody.
Are you close to your sister?
Not that
Not that much.
that
Uh-huh.
much. When we grow up,
Mm-hmm.
we all have things to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I really close to
I am.
my I am really close to my friends in high school, close to my high school friend.
Okay. All right. That's better. Yes, to my high school friends. Oh. Are you still in contact with your high school friends?
Yeah, we have and we know each other for like 10,
10
11
years.
years.
Mm. Do you go out with them because you're already working or
Yeah,
something?
but it's the frequency is more or less
Like
recently.
before.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I see it. That's pretty normal. If you're working, the frequency will get lower and
yeah,
lower, right? But
it's sad, but okay, it's okay. We are all working
mm, yeah,
something.
yeah. As long as they show up on
Mhm.
times that you need them, I think that's the most important thing from you that you can ask from a friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Now, questions or clarifications here, Sammy?
No.
Nope. Okay. All right. Then let's proceed to activity 6. Okay. So for activity 6, we're actually going to listen to 3 people. They're going to be talking about their relatives. And while you're listening, you have to make notes, very important notes. Let's say the character adjectives that they use to describe people. And then, yeah, how do they describe their relatives and their relationships they
Mhm.
have? Okay, there is no exact answer here. So we will discuss your answer in here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Mm.
Okay. Let's start. Good luck.
Collins English for Exams. Speaking for IELTS. Copyright HarperCollins Publishers 2011. CD 1. Track 1.
The person I'm closest to in my family is definitely my mum, Kate. We've always got on and we hardly ever fall out. I know that's unusual. She's really outgoing and sociable. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. Everyone thinks she's good fun. I look up to her because she's so hardworking. She never sits still and she works long hours. She can be a bit impatient though. She gets annoyed when her colleagues aren't as efficient as her. I take after her in that. I'm impatient too. And she's oversensitive, often getting offended for seemingly no reason.
2.
My cousin Kieran and I grew up together. We were inseparable. He was so creative. He'd always think of new games we could play and make up these stories to make me laugh. I was constantly amazed by his open-mindedness as well. He was never judgmental. I wish I could be like that. Unfortunately, we grew apart, slowly but surely, and by the time we went to uni, we weren't in touch anymore. I haven't seen him for years. It's really sad. I would blame it partly on the fact that he's not very reliable. So, for example, if I email him, he won't respond. I'm not sure what he's up to these days.
3.
I know this is a cliché, but I don't get on with my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, Jane. She's so nosy, always wanting to know what we're doing and who we're with, and she's terribly blunt, which means she quite often upsets us with things she comes out with. And then she can be quite stingy. When we go out for a meal with her and my father-in-law, she never offers to pay, even though they're much better off than us. I must say, though, she's extremely clever, and I do respect her for that. She set up her own business 5 years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength. She's so self-assured and ambitious too, which I suppose is why she's so successful in business.
Mm-hmm. How was it?
Okay.
It's okay. It's totally fine. Okay. All right. Let's try to discuss some of your answers. Okay. Let's start with number one. Okay. So for number one, who is the person the speaker is, talking about? Sammy?
Her mom,
Okay.
named Kate,
Yeah, it's Kate.
and she is outgoing, sociable, and good fun, and
Good
also
fun.
a hardworking mother. That and
Mm-hmm.
she take after her mom's impatient.
Okay. All right. The attitude of being impatient. Okay.
And
Uh-huh.
that's it.
Okay. Okay. I see, I see. Okay, both positive and negative, right? Okay, that's correct. How about for the second one?
Second one, I didn't hear the relative of the
Okay. The name of it.
of
Okay, it's
the
Kieran actually. It's
Kieran. Oh yeah,
quite difficult though, but that's
Karen.
okay.
Karen. Okay.
Kieran, yeah, he's a cousin. Yeah.
Oh, cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So he is. I don't know. Is it he or she? The baby she.
It's a he, yes.
Basically,
Mm-hmm.
he is creative and
Mm-hmm.
open-minded, but
Mm-hmm.
they grow how to say,
Apart.
yeah, they grow apart in like when the when the age is growing, like age growing, age growing.
Okay. Well, they I think in university when they
Yeah,
were.
in university, but
Mhm.
they sometimes email each other,
Mhm.
and he thinks Kieran is a reliable person.
Mm? No.
Oh,
The
it's not.
opposite. The
Oh,
opposite. Yeah.
okay, it's not
Yeah,
reliable.
he's not very reliable. Yes, because he said he won't respond
Oh,
to
it won't.
to
Oh,
his email.
okay. Now I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So he's not very reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, but all the notes are correct there. Okay. All right, that's good. Next one with the last one.
Oh, she hates, no, not hate, not really close to her mother-in-law,
Mother-in-law.
named
Mm-hmm.
Jen,
Jane, correct.
because she is nosy
Is he?
and blunt and sometimes stingy when they uh go out to eat, and but also
Mm-hmm.
she is very clever.
Mm-hmm.
She established her own business, and the business
Mm-hmm.
is for growing stronger, and
Mm-hmm.
she is a self-assured person.
Person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. Self-assured and ambitious. I think that's the combination there. Okay, you did pretty well in writing up the details in there. Thank you so much. Now, questions or clarifications here with the vocabularies?
No.
Okay, no. All right. Okay, so supposedly you're gonna listen one more time and then look up the language that you don't know. But yeah, since you don't have other questions, we can just skip this part. Would that be okay with you?
Maybe I can just listen it again.
Listen again. Okay. Oh yeah. So while you're listening, I think I can show the script. So if there are words that you're quite unsure of the definition, we can try to check and address them. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay, is this okay or like can you see everything or is it I think it's too small. I can't see as well. Okay. Mm, how about this time?
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So while you're listening, you can read. So if there are words that you're quite unsure, you can ask later on. Okay. All right. Let's begin.
Collins English for Exams. Speaking for IELTS. Copyright HarperCollins Publishers 2011. CD 1. Track 1.
The person I'm closest to in my family is definitely my mum, Kate. We've always got on, and we hardly ever fall out. I know that's unusual. She's really outgoing and sociable. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. Everyone thinks she's good fun. I look up to her because she's so hardworking. She never sits still, and she works long hours. She can be a bit impatient, though. She gets annoyed when her colleagues aren't as efficient as her. I take after her in that. I'm impatient too. And she's oversensitive, often getting offended for seemingly no reason.
2.
My cousin Kieran and I grew up together. We were inseparable. He was so creative. He'd always think of new games we could play and make up these stories to make me laugh. I was constantly amazed by his open-mindedness as well. He was never judgmental. I wish I could be like that. Unfortunately, we grew apart, slowly but surely, and by the time we went to uni, we weren't in touch anymore. I haven't seen him for years. It's really sad. I would blame it partly on the fact that he's not very reliable. So, for example, if I email him, he won't respond. I'm not sure what he's up to these days.
3.
I know this is a cliché, but I don't get on with my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, Jane. She's so nosy, always wanting to know what we're doing and who we're with, and she's terribly blunt, which means she quite often upsets us with things she comes out with. And then she can be quite stingy. When we go out for a meal with her and my father-in-law, she never offers to pay, even though they're much better off than us. I must say, though, she's extremely clever, and I do respect her for that. She set up her own business 5 years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength. She's so self-assured and ambitious, too, which I suppose is why she's so successful in business.
Mm-hmm. Okay, questions or
A
clarifications?
few words I don't really understand.
Sure.
Sit still. What is sit still?
Which part? Like 1, 2, or 3?
One.
1, okay,
She's
this
an
one.
impatient person and she never sits still.
This one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Impatient?
Sit still. She never.
Okay. Okay, all right. So let's start here. Okay, so I look up to her because she's so hardworking. She never sits still. So sit still, when you say sits still, it means like sit means like you are sitting down, right? Still means to behave. Okay, so it means like you cannot like sit still, not never. Okay, sit still first. It means that you are just like sitting down and you're not doing anything. Okay, so when you say she never sits still, meaning she doesn't like just sitting down and doing nothing. Okay, so she never sits still because she works hard. She's a very hardworking person. So she,
She do things all the time and
yes, never, yeah,
never no break.
never sits down. Yeah,
Oh,
that's the term in there. Okay,
Okay.
anything else?
And the sentence, the two question sort.
Okay,
Slowly but surely.
Shirley, boy, Shirley.
There are 4 apart. Wait. Where is
Hold
it?
on, I can't see it. Okay, grew apart.
They grew apart just right.
Here.
Surely, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, this is an expression. Actually, we normally use this for, let's say, some situations. But when you say surely, but slowly but surely, it just literally means on a very slow slow pace, slow.
Mm-hmm.
The speed is very slow.
Really
In
slow.
yeah, so making changes or progress, but very slow. However, in here it's a negative because they grew apart slowly but surely, meaning they slowly became less closer. Less closer. They didn't talk often as before. Okay, so there is a negative meaning for slowly but surely in here. Okay. Yeah, but normally we use slowly but surely for positive things. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know you can do that. I know you can pass the exam. Just study slowly but surely. So do things slowly, but you are very sure. You don't make mistakes or you're very dedicated to it. Okay? So it just means slow progress or something. Okay? Anything else, please?
And the last
Sure.
question is that I think the reliable's definition is that you can count on
Other
this
people. Mm-hmm.
and but the sentence say he never respond her email and he's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
means not really reliable.
Okay. All right. So before that, they mentioned that he mentioned that they slowly grow apart. Slowly grow
Mm-hmm.
apart, right? And when they went to uni, they didn't get in touch anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
meaning to say he partly blamed him. So meaning he said like, "Oh, it was because of him also." Because he's not reliable. Reliable me not just you can be trusted with
Mm-hmm.
something, okay? But in here, if if I am Kieran's cousin, I have to respond because if not, then the communication will be cut. So meaning he is partly responsible for losing communication or being close to the person. So reliable means you are responsible. I am responsible. If you are not responsible, then everything will be cut off. So probably the fact here is he was waiting for his
Mm-hmm.
right? For his response, I mean. But since he did not, meaning he's not reliable, I don't wait for him anymore. Okay, so
Oh,
it means like he can't depend on him on making their relationship strong because he was not working on his
okay.
part. Okay. All right. Maybe this sentence is a little bit confusing. Probably, yeah, reliable won't be used, but yeah, they used it in
Okay.
here. Okay. All right. Anything else, please?
No.
None? Okay. All right. Let's go to the next part. Okay. So we're still going to use the audio earlier, but this time you have to jot down some notes. So we're going to listen again to it again. And you have to take note how the adjectives describing character and personality are modified. Meaning, how did we use them? Did we add something before the adjectives, the character adjectives, to make it like have a higher meaning?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so are there what are those words that were used before them? Okay, all right. So we're gonna listen to it one more time. And then, yeah, you have to jot down. Okay. All
Okay.
right. No worries because the audio is like continuous. It's not mixed audio in here. Okay. So you'll just have to follow. Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay.
1. Track 1.
The person I'm closest to in my family is definitely my mum, Kate. We've always got on and we hardly ever fall out. I know that's unusual. She's really outgoing and sociable. She's always going out with friends and colleagues. Everyone thinks she's good fun. I look up to her because she's so hardworking. She never sits still and she works long hours. She can be a bit impatient, though. She gets annoyed when her colleagues aren't as efficient as her. I take after her in that. I'm impatient too. And she's oversensitive, often getting offended for seemingly no reason.
2.
My cousin Kieran and I grew up together. We were inseparable. He was so creative. He'd always think of new games we could play and make up these stories to make me laugh. I was constantly amazed by his open-mindedness as well. He was never judgmental. I wish I could be like that. Unfortunately, we grew apart, slowly but surely, and by the time we went to uni, we weren't in touch anymore. I haven't seen him for years. It's really sad. I would blame it partly on the fact that he's not very reliable. So, for example, if I email him, he won't respond. I'm not sure what he's up to these days.
3.
I know this is a cliché, but I don't get on with my in-laws, especially my mother-in-law, Jane. She's so nosy, always wanting to know what we're doing and who we're with, and she's terribly blunt, which means she quite often upsets us with things she comes out with. And then she can be quite stingy. When we go out for a meal with her and my father-in-law, she never offers to pay, even though they're much better off than us. I must say, though, she's extremely clever, and I do respect her for that. She set up her own business 5 years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength. She's so self-assured and ambitious, too, which I suppose is why she's so successful in business.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everything good?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's give it a try. Let's start with number 1. Can you please read the sentence with your answer, Sammy?
She's really outgoing and sociable.
Sure, really? Okay, correct. 2.
She's so hardworking.
Okay, 3.
I am quite not sure this one.
Mm-hmm.
She can be petty, impatient. I don't know.
How do you spell it?
BT. I
Betty?
just remember,
Okay.
remember the sound, but I don't know how to.
That's okay, all right. So the answer here is a bit. She can be a bit.
Bit.
Yeah, so she can be a bit impatient. Okay, let's go to number 4.
He was so creative.
So creative, correct. 5.
He's not partly reliable.
No, not
No?
very
Oh, not
reliable. Mm-hmm. 6.
She's so nosy.
So nosy. 7.
And she's terribly blunt.
Terribly blunt, correct. 8,
Yeah.
please.
She can be quite stingy.
Okay, quite stingy. How about number 9?
She's extremely clever.
Okay, extremely clever. And
she's so self-assured and ambitious.
okay, perfect. All right, questions here? Yeah?
Really?
Not really? Okay. All right. So if you notice, we used some words before the character adjectives, right? So that is what we call modifying. So when you say modifying, meaning you are putting more, or let's say deeper meaning to what you say. So if you just say she's outgoing and sociable, it doesn't have a very deep equivalent or meaning, right? But when you say so very quiet, it has a deeper meaning. Okay.
You have to exaggerate the
Yeah,
emotion.
a little bit exaggerate. It depends upon the level of how you will describe someone. Okay. So we have 3 rules on how do we modify adjectives. Okay. So we can use adverbs. So we call these as adverbs. So we can use really and so before a positive adjective. Positive adjective meaning positive in meaning. Okay. let's say outgoing. So outgoing is positive. Creative is a positive adjective. So we use really and so for them. Okay. Can you please read the sentences? She's really.
She's really outgoing.
And
He was so creative.
okay. However, for number two, rule number two, we can still use really and so, but we only do that if we do not like the person or we are angry at them. Okay, so you can still use really and so if you dislike the person. Okay, like she's so nosy. Okay, is that mm,
It's confusing. So we
mm.
also use these two words, but not really usable. Right?
You can still use, but there is a special case. So if you are going to talk about someone negatively, like you're gonna describe them in a negative way, like a nosy person, right? We
Mm.
only use so or really if we really don't like that person because they are nosy. Okay?
Oh, I feel really don't like them.
That person. Yes, exactly. Or you're angry. You're mad at them. Okay, but if not, then don't use it. Okay? If just don't like them, but not very much. Probably like that. Okay? Just that one. Okay? All right. Questions there?
No.
No? Okay, all right. But we have a special case. So if we say something negative, meaning negative adjectives like impatient or unreliable, nosy, we can be very rude or too straightforward, too direct.
Mhm.
Where, well, we know if we're too direct or too straightforward, some people get hurt with our words, right? Which is pretty normal. Okay. So we try to soften negative comments by two ways. So we can use can be a bit
Oh.
plus a negative
Mhm.
adjective. Okay, can be a bit and then nosy. She can be a bit nosy. Because if you say she's nosy, she's so nosy, that hurts so much to the other person. Okay, so we will soften a little bit. Okay. And also the other one is if we will use not very, we have to add it to a positive adjective. Okay. But it is still a negative comment because not very positive adjective. So he's not very reliable. So not really that reliable. So it is still a negative comment, but not really that hurtful to the person,
Okay.
right?
I got your point. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Because if you'll say, oh, he's not reliable, yeah, it hurts so much, right? So those are the three ways where we can modify
Mhm.
the adjectives. Okay. Let's try making sentences. Let's have really and so. Sammy, can you
Mhm.
make sentences using really and so, please?
Really, and so she is a really responsible.
Yeah, she's a
Really
really
responsible person.
person.
I can
Why?
I can count on her in everything.
And everything. Wow. Okay. Well, that is correct though. Yeah, that's okay. Um. So
But that is too strong. Well,
too
too
strong. That is still correct though. That is still correct. Is there? What if that's really the description of the person? Then we can't lie about it. Okay. Let's just go to the negative one. Okay. Rule number two.
can be a bit
Mm-hmm.
My sis can be a bit stingy.
Can be a
She,
bit stingy
yeah,
because
she always offer me to pay when we eat out.
offers me to pay, not
Offer?
offer. No, 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 no.
Huh?
Okay, she offers me,
Oh,
no? Nah. She wants me.
you
She
want?
wants me to pay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Offer is like a volunteer, so we can't use it. Okay. So
Oh,
she wants me to pay. And what do you do when she wants you to pay? Do you
okay.
complain or something?
I complain, and I will say that next time you will pay it, and this time
Mm.
I'll pay it, but next time I will
Mm.
write a note.
Right, I know. And oh, you don't go Dutch? You know Dutch? Go Dutch?
uh,
Splitting
but
the bill. No?
she got to her work. I got my
Mm.
I got my paycheck. That's
Ah.
my money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you try to treat each other on some cases. Oh. Me and my sister we go Dutch most of the time. Yes, because she's stingy as well. Yeah, I'm the, let's say, the kinder one when it comes to going out. So she's pretty stingy, actually. Yeah, well, that's normal for sisters,
But
right?
sometimes when you go out as a family, you
Mm-hmm.
go Dutch is really like not
Ah,
that cool.
not effective. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, my family went out last December for Christmas.
Mhm.
So me and my sister has to pay for everybody. Yes, because my mom wanted to pay, but I said, "Oh, this is just a one-time event, so we will pay for everybody." Yeah, so they grabbed the opportunity. They didn't pay. Yeah, which is okay, which is totally fine. Because my sister just had her job this year. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my sister wants to, treat the family as
Okay.
well. So yeah, just a one-time event. So okay, all right. Anyway, going back, so we're pretty done with this one with modifying adjectives, Sammy. For your next session, it's okay if you will skip activity 9 and activity 10 because they are just gonna listen and then write descriptions. So there are activities in the book that you can skip actually if they are not really that, important. Because this one is just for pronunciation
Uh-huh.
purposes. Okay, for activity 10, you just have to describe members of the family, which you will do later on. So yeah, you'll just skip that one. So your next lesson will begin with, oh, you're gonna have your first practice, speaking practice, part 1 and part 2. Okay, so for part 1, you will not know the questions. So you just have to listen to it. But for part 2, you can see the question here. So what I want you to do, this is your homework. You
Mm-hmm.
have to prepare an answer for this part
So I
2.
have to write it down and send it to you.
No, not really. You just have to and practice it and then you're going to have it in class. So it's
Oh,
like you practice in advance. Okay?
okay.
Okay. All right. So remember, you'll have part 1 and part 2 on your next session. Okay. So good luck on
Alright.
that one. And that would end our session today. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
me.
very much.
It was nice meeting you, Sammy. I hope we'll have other classes in the future. Any questions first before we go?
Not really. I
Not
learned a lot.
really.
Thank you.
Oh, that makes me happy. So thank you so much. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of the night. One on. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.